Welcome into the Bruins fan review for game 74 against the Minnesota Wild. Big game. We come into it 4 points back of Tampa with 2 games in hand. We need all the points we can get to catch Tampa. Catching Tampa is big because, as I will show you on the new relocated and updated standings, Oilers are no longer the second seed in the Pacific. I have updated them from last year. The Bruins getting the first seed is the difference between them playing Toronto. Tough matchup. Not a good matchup for the Bruins. A lot of speed on Toronto. Where if they take Tampa spot, they then get someone like New Jersey or maybe Florida. Florida slides in. But I think it's a much better matchup to get against the 8th seed in the East. So that's what's at stake. Every point matters at this point. It's huge. Patrice is back. Are you happy about that? Because please don't ever leave us again, Patrice. That was very tough. I did not like that. We look sloppy without you. Riley Nash belongs on the third line, not the first line. Not the first line. He did good. I'm not going to lie. But he just doesn't belong there, and I think we can all agree on that. Interesting, not really Bruins related, but the kids from the school that had to suffer through the school shooting a few weeks ago. I believe it's Stoneham Douglas. I think it's like I'm not going to butcher the name. But their hockey team was there because they won the Florida State Championship, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Something positive happened there, which is really nice to see. They're in Minnesota because there's another hockey tournament that they advanced to in Minnesota. They said let's play hockey at the beginning of the game. It was really nice. I like to see it. Brad Marchand had a smile on his face, and so did I. And then we got into the game, and in the game, the Bruins looked like absolute crap. They were sloppy in their own zone, gave up way too many chances. Tuukka stood on his head. That's the one bright spot. Tuukka Rask had a great first period, and it was big. Without Tuukka, we'd probably be talking about a different scoreline. As you can tell, 2-1 probably would have been 4-2 Wild if that first period had gone differently. Big saves. I'll go over the big saves right now. 11 minutes in, Tuukka stops Matt Dumba. He makes a diving save to his right, hits it with his glove, skims the puck, and the puck hits off the post, and luckily does not go in. That's the closest call in the game. That's fractions of an inch from going in. We got real lucky. 12 minutes in, Rask plays the puck behind his net lazily, coughs it up to a Minnesota player. He doesn't realize it at first, so he's a little slow to get back. He gets back. Ryan Murphy gets the puck in the slot, and he stonewalls Ryan Murphy, which is big. Ryan Murphy, I was kind of surprised you couldn't put that in, but thank you. And then a few minutes later, Matt Cullen would get the puck in the slot, and from a cross crease from Zach Mitchell. Raise your hand if you've heard of Zach Mitchell. Okay, you neither, because I've never heard of him. But great pass by Zach Mitchell, whoever you are, to Matt Cullen, and the skate blade of Tuukka Rask barely keeps us out of our net. And yikes of a first period. Nick Holden, I'm still not sold on you. I really don't think you're going to be in the lineup come playoff time. I think I got the D pairs for playoffs when we're fully healthy down, and I'll go over them in another video that will be coming out later this week. But I don't think Holden's going to be involved in them. Second period went a lot better for the Bruins. Really early in the second, a goal that we scored got called back for goaltender interference. Now, I wasn't too upset at the call. I'll go over the play. Danton Heinen, great entry into the zone. He takes it around the back of the net. As he's going around the back of the net, Riley Nash drives straight forward into the net, and his shoulder skims Alex Stalock's head. Now, I had no issue with this if it was called then, but Alex Stalock acts like he got shot. Literally, like that, wicked overreaction. He's down on the ground. Danton Heinen goes around, gets a great pass to Noel Acciari, who then puts it in. But because Stalock decided to flail like a fish, he doesn't get back in time, and he doesn't save it, and Noel Acciari gets a goal. Or so we thought. It would not stand, sadly, because Stalock did get hit, and he oversold it. Stalock doesn't oversell it. Who knows what happens with the Acciari shot. Now, he doesn't get that good of a look. He probably selects a different shot, but it's a scoring chance we don't get because Alex Stalock embellished. And it's a shame that he had to do that to take away a chance from us. Smart on his part, but it kind of just sucked from the point of view of a Bruins fan. On to my next page in notes. If I'm looking down at all, that's because I got notes. It's the only way to really do this properly, in my opinion. But don't worry. moments later, it feels like, Bergeron and Marchand battling down low in the zone, in the wild zone. The puck pops up the boards towards the point. Patrice gets there first, but Brandon Carlo, no one was talking about this play. Brandon Carlo comes down the boards with his longer stick and his huge body and just hits Zach Parise, but he makes a poke check on the puck. Big play by Carlo. No one's talking about it. They're talking about the pass by Bergeron. Yes, great pass. But the play does not happen if Carlo does not make this play down the boards. He pokes it / hits Zach Parise. The puck ends up in the slot, basically. Marchand gets it. He does a little pass to Bergeron, who's wide open. Bergeron lets the Wild players come to. Oh, no. It was Pastrnak who gave it to Bergeron. My bad. That would have been a big mistake if I did not correct that. Pastrnak gets it from Marchand, who got it. That's what it was. Pastrnak then gives it to Bergeron. The Wild players go to Bergeron. Pastrnak, he slides back in the gunner position. He's already ready. He's ready. Bergeron knows it's coming. The Wild players can't see it because they're focused on the puck. He slides it back to Pasta. Pasta drills it. One-time slap shot. Low left side. And when I say low, this is like skate height. He beat him that low because Stalock couldn't see the pass because of the traffic in front of the net. He does not get over. The shot is just good enough to beat Stalock. It really almost skims bar. Well, not bar, post. But it just creeped inside that inside bar. Great shot. Great pass. Great play by Carlo. People need to acknowledge that play because that was big. And then a little karma came back to Minnesota. And a little later in the period, they got the puck whistled dead in Tuukka's crease. Now, this is somewhat lucky on an aspect of a Bruins fan, but it's the right call. The puck is just inside of Tuukka, basically, and here comes Eric Staal, who just shoves his stick straight into Tuukka. The puck pops out right in front of Zucker and hits it in, but the whistle was blown a few seconds prior to Zucker getting the puck in front of the crease. So Zucker did put it in, but the whistle had already been blown. I think it's the right call because Staal was inside of Tuukka, literally. And the Wild fans were all pissy about it, and they got a penalty call on them like moments later, and their fans were really having none of it. But right call by the refs, and a pretty notable second period. You have a goal getting called back basically both ways, even though the Wild's goal never stood. I guess our goal never really was counted a goal, though, either. But pretty eventful. Bergeron back doing Bergeron things with that great pass to Pastrnak on the one-timer. Great play by Carlo. Good second period, in my opinion. The Bruins would go into the third up 1-0. Third period, one thing I noted here was that Niederreiter early in the third hits a post. This is one of many post hits in the game. It felt like there was like tons of them at least. I heard iron at least 10 times tonight, it feels like. 9 to 10 minutes into the third, Dumba shot from the point deflects off Koivu's stick and hits the boards and comes right back into Tuukka Raskinen in. The thing that no one seemed to talk about is Koivu pushing Tuukka into the puck that caused Tuukka to hit it into the net. This is straight up goaltender interference, and it's not going to get called because it doesn't look like it. It looks like Koivu's making a play on the puck, which he is, but he does not make a play on the puck. He pushes Tuukka, Tuukka's foot hits the puck in the net. Should have been goaltender interference in my opinion. It's not going to get called. It's never going to get called. If it happened to the Bruins and it got called, I'd be pissed. But homerism. I suffer from it a little here, and I think that should have been called back. But 'twas not, and we were tied 1-1. On to the next. That would be Koivu's 14th of the year. By the way, I don't know if that's notable, but good for him. Cullen would hit the post with 5 minutes left. Huge block by Timmy Schaller with 10 seconds left, and I note those two Wild plays because those were the only two plays that the Wild seemed to have that were good attempts in the last 5 minutes. I thought the Bruins controlled the end of the game pretty well, but we just weren't able to score or anything. Didn't have that magic that we have with Marchand and Pasta in Dallas. Going into OT, both teams get a point, as you can see. As you will see when I go over the standings, huge for both teams to at least secure that 1 point, so even if they didn't win, they at least got that point in their respective races to the playoffs. Overtime. This was quick and easy. 20 seconds in, Marchand makes a streak up the ice, which he catches a guy who... The Wild were playing man defense, by the way. Pretty stupid in my opinion, because Marchand blows by his man. Krug then throws it up the boards, like off the boards into Marchand, who beats his man. Marchand gets a clear one-on-one opportunity because Bergeron was pulling his man to the other side of the ice. Marchand, he has a pretty good shot. He has like 30-some goals this year. He beats Stalock right glove side, posting in. Nasty, filthy shot. Marchand's 5th overtime goal of the year. And you shouldn't give that man that much space. You got to be relaxed a little in the zone, let the Bruins come to you, and then try to stop them. Because you're not going to beat Marchand in a foot race. Not many players can in this league, especially defensemen. I believe it was Dumba who was chasing him. No chance. No chance. It was done. The second I saw that, I was like, it's over. And it was. 20 seconds into overtime. Big 2 points for the Bruins. Before I go into the stats, I'm going to do the trivia section now because it was requested by a commenter to do trivia. He responded to the trivia, but he was wrong. He said Ference, Marchand, and Bergeron were the last 3 Bruins to all have 30-goal seasons in the same season. I'm not sure he put the year, though. The last time 3 Bruins had 30 or more goals was only 2 seasons ago. Not that long ago. You wouldn't think that. Marchand with 37, Bergeron with 32, and Louis Eriksson with 30. That's the one that would have got everyone. That was the 2015-2016 season. I believe it was the last Eriksson had with us. Gladly. 30 quiet goals, I'll put it that way. And the new question for next week is, who was the last player besides Brad Marchand to have an 80-point season for the Black and Gold, the Boston Bruins? This is going to be a quick little part of the video, but just to zoom in on the scoreboard so you can see it, I'm going to go over the score sheet. My handwriting is awful. I know you don't have to tell me, but Pastrnak's goal was his 30th of the year, coming at 3:15 into the second period, assisted by Bergeron and Marchand. In the third period, Koivu's goal came at 9:20 into the third, Koivu's 14th of the year. And Boston's overtime goal to make it 2-1 Bruins and win the game. That was Marchand's 33rd of the year. Big game for Marchand. Big game for Bergeron. Welcome back, Bergeron. Krug got assist in his return too, but as I said, he was only at 2 games. The Bruins stat leaders now. Marchand with 33 goals, 47 assists, 80 points. Pastrnak with 30 goals, 43 assists, 73 points. Bergeron 27 goals, 29 assists, 56 points. Krug 13 goals, 40 assists, 53 points. And Heinen with 13 goals, 29 assists, and 42 points. Pretty solid year scoring-wise for the Bruins. Very balanced once you get past Marchand, Pasta, and Bergeron, because they're all about a point per game. Everyone else is producing at a good clip, like 2/3 of the time they score, which is solid depth, in my opinion. Tuukka on the year advances to 32, 11, and 5. This is not updated, but coming in, he had 2.34 goals against and a 917 save percentage, which is solid. Rass would stop 24 of 25 with 1 goal against. Stalock 26 of 28 with 2 goals against. And that is the scoreboard segment of this video. Okay, this last part of the video will be the thoughts to take away from the game, what I think personally, and then I will go over the standings right behind me, and I will end on that. One thing I'd like to point out is Bergeron looked like Bergeron, and that is big going forward. We need him to be prime Bergeron to stand a chance in these playoffs. If he tails off or he's not the same or he re-aggravates his injury, we're probably not going to go far. Even with the depth we have, we probably wouldn't get out of the first round if Bergeron does not play. Honest opinion, you might think otherwise because of how good we've been, but I think if you think that, you're honestly disrespecting Toronto, who we probably play if Bergeron does not remain healthy. Holden, as I've said, I'm not a fan yet. I'm not sure I ever am, but I think Nick Holden doesn't really belong in the lineup at full strength. He had some costly turnovers in the first that did not result in goals, but the stat sheet won't show it, but Holden just doesn't look good to me. If you disagree, I'm sorry. It's just my opinion. Krejci needs help. Gionta was put on the second line to start the game. I'm not sure if he finished there. I'm not sure if he stayed there. But the fact that you're putting Brian Gionta's 40-year-old, body on a second line is, absurd in my opinion. They moved Danton Heinen to the third line to put him on his natural side with the left shot and Donato on the second line, which I think Heinen needs to be over Donato. Heinen's a better player at this point. He looks like a better player. Donato's got a better shot, but I think that might be it at this point. Hands and skating, sure, but Heinen just makes smarter plays in my opinion at this point. It's a little too much for Donato coming in this green and this unseasoned, I guess. He hasn't played much in the NHL. Heinen's played all year. Heinen deserves that spot. I mean, he's our 5th leading scorer. I don't get why Donato's playing more minutes or on a higher line than Heine. It just doesn't make sense to me. And now I'll go over the standings because this is important right now. We are 2 points behind Tampa, 106 for Tampa, 104 for us. We have 1 game in hand right now. That's huge. We win, we're tied with Tampa, and I think we'd pass them on a row. Don't quote me on that, but I think we might pass them. But another thing, we have 2 games against Tampa, and I honestly think those 2 games against Tampa are probably what's going to determine who is the first seed in the Eastern Conference and who gets home ice throughout the playoffs, unless you play Nashville. Hopefully you don't play Nashville in the finals. But it's simple. It really is. Now, I'm going to end on the Blues because not as simple for the Blues. The Wild, my bad. The Wild sit at 93 points now. They are 9 points back of Winnipeg. You like that Atlanta Thrashers logo? I know you like that Atlanta Thrashers logo. Yeah, this set of pennants is old. And Nashville, who seems to be... I don't really know. I think they've lost 2 of their last 2. 107, they might be catchable, actually. So maybe I spoke a little too early on whether we could get the number 1 seed in the whole entire thing. But the Wild can't catch them for the purposes of... Like, they just can't. But right behind them, Colorado in the division in the wild card, 90. The Blues at 89. And the only team that can really squeak in, who isn't in the playoffs right now, who I do not have their pennant up there because I just want to keep playoff teams, is LA. There's really only 1 team in both conferences who can catch. Dallas has fallen off. They lost again tonight. I mentioned I didn't think they were going to make it in the last video. Looks like I was right. Shocker. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not right that often. But Florida's the only one, and I think Florida can actually take this spot. Believe it or not, I think Florida can. Even though we play them 2 more times, I think in their other games, I think they're a good team. But they are pretty much just fighting to stay in the 3rd spot, which do you really want to face Winnipeg? I'm not sure. Maybe you want to be in a wild card, the first wild card. You don't want that second wild card, and take on Vegas. Now, you like that Vegas pennant? I know you like that hand-drawn Vegas pennant. As I said, the set's old. There's only 30 teams in my set. One of them isn't even in the league anymore, and the 31 I had to make. It's pretty crappy, I know, but I'd much rather face Vegas than Winnipeg or Nashville. And if I'm the Wild, I'm not trying to fall in the standings, but I would not be upset if I had to go through the Pacific instead of the Central. And with that, I'd like to wrap up the video. I look forward to recapping the Tuesday game. If you like my video, hit the like button. If you really like my video, hit the subscribe button. I'll be doing this for every game. Expect a lineup video like the optimal Bruins lineup video coming later this week. Fully healthy. If you want to know what they look like in my opinion when they're fully healthy, come to my channel. I'll see you next time. Peace.